Why is nothing ever tidy? I can never find car manual. Oh, I don't even need that. Those have got to be mended.
Darling, can you grab me the crew, please? I can't
The
see
what?
Go on it.
Oh.
The crew.
Where is it?
It's on the top shelf.
Top shelf, top shelf. Which
The
side?
blue ones on the left-hand side.
Right,
It's the PlayStation 4 one.
The crew. Yes, hang on. There you go, there's the crew.
Thank you.
Lord. Wait, oh, hello. Hi. Barry here, and welcome to a very quick Spirit Shack, part 2 of Living a Hectic Life. Will you be quiet? Back to you in a minute, hang on, just got to tidy up. Well, there we go. That was fun, wasn't it? I can finally sit down now. Everything's tidied away. I do still have John's stunning shorts that need to be patched and re-hemmed, but I can look at that at some point when I've got nothing else to do. It's Friday the 9th of June here in the UK. Well, I suppose it is everywhere actually. And for those of you who are politically astute and aware, you'll know that we have just come through a general election, one that we didn't want, one that wasn't necessary, but one that our current Prime Minister, sorry I'm just adjusting this so it's a bit more level for you, there we go, that our current Prime Minister Theresa May decided she wanted to call in order to get a massive landslide, and it didn't work. We've had 6 weeks of absolute uninterrupted chaos. Personally here, because we're politically motivated, John and I, and we support and volunteer for one of our minor parties. We've been getting up first thing in the morning to put out 200 of John's home shopping catalogues, me and my scooter bumbling along next to him as he's almost running to get all these catalogues through the letterboxes and then collect another 200 back from the previous day. Then we've had to do the cleaning and tidying in the house, which is usually me going about it for 2 minutes and then running out of steam and John doing the rest of it. Looking after the dogs, who are being incredibly good, as you can see here. They're very fed up. That's Indy and Bear, and that's Lucy and Susie. Susie, you going to say hello? Oh no, she couldn't care less. She's very indifferent. And of course there's John over there doing his channel. Say hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hello, John. And then we've had hospital appointments, we've had a dentist appointment, we've had people to dinner, we've had people staying as guests, I've had ordinations to do, I've had a new church manual to write, and basically it's been non-stop. And when we're not doing all that, we've been spending a good few hours a day out and about putting leaflets through people's letterbox, kicking doors in and trying to force them to vote for our candidate, and all the other things that go with the madcap world of a sudden general election. But it's been well run. Despite all that chaos, despite all that frenzy that hasn't just affected John and I, it's certainly affected our political leaders at Westminster, probably even more so, when you look at the leaders starting at 6 o'clock in the morning making banana bread or bacon sandwiches in a shop to give to hungry workers on their way to work for a quick photo call, then travelling to the other end of the country or up into Scotland or over to Wales and to Northern Ireland, inside, outside, upside, downside, wherever you can think to go. They've managed to do it, and I imagine most of them are having a fairly good sleep at the moment to try and get things back in perspective. And it's happened because of the 3 Ps. Planning. Can't achieve anything if you don't plan in advance. It's pointless. You need a diary system. Even if it's for things as simple as doing your house cleaning, you still need to think, right, I need to give half an hour for the hoovering, 20 minutes for the dusting, 10 minutes to hang the washing out, whatever it happens to be, and you plan it. Most of us do it automatically, it's just something we've learnt to do. But if you're living in a particularly chaotic and hectic environment, you're going to need to be able to plan your day more effectively. And you do that by preparing for your day, by possibly keeping a diary so you know where you should be at any given time. Always try and get there 5 minutes before. But within that diary, you need to do something for the third P, and the third P is to progress. You achieve nothing in this life if we're not progressing at every opportunity, be it from our education days as young people into young adulthood, to our work-life balance, to our parenthood, to our grandparenthood, to our retirement, and all the various things that we get involved with on a day-to-day basis as our lives progress. So too must we find time, just through preparing in advance, 5-10 minutes every so often, just to kick our shoes off, sit back and relax. What I've just done is one of the great ways of doing it. Again, it's something we do automatically as part of our biological substructure, if you like. Learning to breathe effectively can make such a difference to your daily life. If we learn to breathe and stay calm in our breathing when we're doing it, we can achieve a lot more, because as we bring in the oxygen and we expel the carbon dioxide, so too we are reinvigorated with more energy from the oxygen and the hydrogen and the nitrogen and all the other bits and pieces that are good for us in the air. And we expel out all the crud, all the rubbish that we don't need. Also some of it which is in the air thanks to our wonderful greenhouse gas environment that we live in today. Thank you, President Trump, for not signing up to the Paris Accord. Good one again, Donny boy. So finding time just to breathe. And we even use that phrase, don't we? I haven't got time to breathe. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. The only thing that stops you from finding time to rest is you. So take that time and use it wisely. Try meditation. I'm not talking about sitting in a circle in an ashram and listen to some yogi teaching you. It doesn't have to be that intense. It doesn't have to be somebody like me giving you a guided meditation. It could be something as simple as downloading an app onto your Android phone or your iPhone that gives you short bursts of meditational music that you can just switch on and click into, or a favourite piece of music you've downloaded, or Classic FM, or Radio 2, Radio 1, whatever it happens to be. And just find that moment for peace in your day. You could look at taking supplements. There are many mineral supplements out there and vitamins and herbs that you can take, perfectly natural, that will do you no harm at all, as long as you don't exceed the daily dose. Of course, I would just say, if you are on some form of chemical medication prescribed by your medical professional, always check that what you are going to be taking won't cause a contraindication and make things worse, because in that way you don't achieve anything either. But one I can recommend to you quite happily is Bach's flower remedies, and the one in particular that I'm thinking of is the Rescue Remedy. It's a little bottle, I think it's a 5 or 10 ml bottle with a dropper in it, as they all are, and you simply drop a few little drops of this Rescue Remedy under your tongue, and it will find you a sense of balance, and it will give you a sense of peace and calm again, which is very, very useful in a hectic day. Look at our political leaders over the last 24 hours, the day of the election itself. Absolute chaos and pandemonium. And if you're like John and I, you've been up since early yesterday morning, along with them, taking part in the election, voting ourselves, doing all our daily stuff that we had to do, our business stuff, our church stuff, and then staying up all night to watch the results, because it was absolutely riveting TV. We've never seen an election like it. And despite the fact that we're absolutely exhausted, we managed to get through. But when enough was enough, we said we need a break, and we went to bed for a few hours. and we recharged our batteries. So whatever it is that you do, make sure you follow those 3 P's if nothing else. Plan, prepare, progress. Or prepare, plan and progress. It doesn't matter which way the first 2 go, as long as you do them. And when you do that, you will find yourself living a much more productive, happy and calming life. Anyway, I've got to go and mend these now. Aren't they just the most stunning pair of bather shorts you've ever seen in your life? Available at any good cheap shop in Malta. Thank you, Malta. They've lasted longer than the expensive ones you buy in Marks and Spencer's over here. So before I go, I just want to give you a quick competition. One of only a few we've done so far on Spirit Shack, but I like to give back to those who've shown loyalty and supported this endeavour. To enter the competition, well, first of all, let's have the prize. The prize is a 30-minute private reading with myself. It will be either clairvoyance, tarot, I Ching, or you can have a lesson on philosophy and guidance on that side of your life. It will be done in person here in Bournemouth if you live in the area, or you can join with me online via Skype, and we will do it that way. The competition entries will be judged not by myself or by John or by any other human being, but by a computer program that John has found that he uses on Borderline John, his own channel, which I'd urge you all to pop along to and watch some of his fantastic video reviews and his mental health reviews and vlogs, tips on living a healthy life with mental health conditions. That's Borderline John on YouTube and Facebook. To enter the competition to win the reading, which closes a week tomorrow. That's a week on Saturday at midnight, when the computer will be fed in all the entries and will pick a winner at random to be announced during the course of the subsequent week. All you have to do is click like below, share it with as many people as you can, subscribe if you haven't done already, visit our Facebook page as well and like that, leave a comment on either one when you've done it, and that is your entry. Simple as that. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't, like the Facebook page, and either say on here or on Facebook when you have done so. And in your comment, just say competition. That's the only word you need to put in. And I look forward to either meeting the winner in person or virtually via Skype or Uvu if it's easier for you, at a subsequent date in the near future. In the meantime, I'd ask us all, please just for a minute, Indian, you can come out. I'd ask you to join with me in continuing to pray for an end to the horrific violence that we are suffering in the world at the moment. Indy, please, particularly as a result of IS and Daesh, to think of all those who've suffered at the hands of such barbaric inhumanity and deep, deep disregard for the tenets of Islam, especially those affected here in the UK in the Manchester Arena and London Bridge attacks recently, and the family and attendance at the funeral in Kabul the other day being the most recent in memory. And pray not only for the bereaved who have gone to a better place, but also the deceased who have gone to a better place, but also for their torn, saddened, disillusioned and distressed family and friends. And until we meet again, may your impression of God go with you. Namaste.